Mm. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's the United Way. Today we will be getting a lot of stuff to get into. So we're getting to the Ronaldo future, Antony deal, too much for United, Frankie de Jong saga continues, and lots more. Just before we get stuck in, please like, comment, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Just myself today. Uh, but I mean, a lot of stuff to get into. Just before I get stuck into it, as usual, hope you're all doing well. But I mean, I suppose where do we start? We have Ronaldo, De Jong, Antony, which doesn't seem to happen. I don't doesn't seem to happen because that deal has kind of went through the roof. Price tag wise, anyways. Alright. Well, but yeah. So Cristiano Ronaldo has informed Manchester United that he wishes to be relinquished from his contract. And also George Mendes told Manchester United that Ronaldo is adamant about leaving the club, but left negotiations less than positive. He'd get his move. Sir Alex Ferguson has intervened, and United insists Ronaldo is not for sale. Now, if he's not for sale, he just doesn't seem to be a happy man at the moment. A lot of people are kind of losing patience with him. They prefer him to just go. It's a shame that he will leave, but no player is bigger than the club. Doesn't matter if you earn more, doesn't matter if you earn less, doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are, who you are. You're never going to be bigger than the club. And Ronaldo just seems to want Champions League football, and supposing he wants Champions League football because he still wants to keep up with Messi. He's like 15 goals behind Messi in the Champions League goal scored. I mean, it's a bit stupid all the same, but I mean, if Ronaldo leaves, I'd be a bit disappointed. I thought he'd prefer to kind of stay at the club for another season under Eric Ten Hag. I mean, we all thought Eric Ten Hag would have wanted to get rid of Ronaldo, but it seems to be Ronaldo wants to leave Man United. And to be brutally honest, as I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'll say it until it's settled with Ronaldo. If he stays or leaves, I just don't think he'll get the same reception at Old Trafford. That's my opinion. The fans could still love him, but I mean, he just wants the money, and that's what it's all about. I mean, I hate talking about Ronaldo like that, but all he's focused on is the money. And to be honest, you have to kind of look at your career. Like, I know he wants the money, all the money in the world, but it's not like that. I mean, look at Lionel Messi again. I'll always like Ronaldo no matter what, but look at Lionel Messi. He has what didn't get Lionel Messi and Ronaldo didn't get enough money, and he went to PSG because that's where the money's at. But listen, uh, George Mendes, as I said, he's adamant that Ronaldo's adamant that he wants to leave the club. Yesterday morning, I think Brian Robson, Fergie, Ten Hag, Ronaldo, of course, and his agents were at Carrington. We all thought, as Manchester United fans, that lovely Ronaldo staying for an extra season. I mean, also, but by the looks of it, what the lad said to him, it doesn't seem to be amusing Ronaldo. He just still wants to go. And listen, I know he wants all the money in the world, but you know, you're just if I was Ronaldo, be careful what you wish for, because doing this could, I don't know. So if again, I'll always like Ronaldo, but he's just I honestly think he wants Champions League football because he has this record with Lionel Messi, and it's just honestly crazy. I'm a fan of Ronaldo, but if he wants to go, let him go, or we could have another pug. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that we don't want another pug, but we've had too many of those. But listen, if he goes, he goes. But he's kind of not what we need at the moment, morale wise, anyways. Because if he's gonna, you know, not happy at the club, well then I'd head elsewhere because we have new players coming in like Malacia, Ericsson, uh, Lissandro Martinez, and just it just doesn't seem to be clicking with Ronaldo Manchester United. I mean, is he the reason as well that we didn't make Champions League football? I mean, there was stages where you looked like you just didn't care. Uh, like that. What about me with that? Not caring. Like just didn't care. Like it's like at times it just looked like he gave up, and he looked like he gave up, especially in the Brighton game when they beat us 4-0 away. So it just it's just it seems that Ronaldo kind of has made his decision, and unfortunately, that decision looks like he's gonna leave and head somewhere else. Which again, it's a shame, but I think as United fans, we're kind of getting fed up, and we want players at the club that are happy and not pissed off. I mean, Rahul says can't give up on Ronaldo so easily. No, you can't give up. I think United will try and fight for him to stay, but it'll just I don't think United will give up, but I thought like I hope he decides to himself, right, I'll say for an extra season. I mean, if he's so dedicated and loves Manchester United, he'd stay an extra season. I mean, to be fair, if it wasn't for Manchester United and Alex Ferguson, he wouldn't have probably. I know he was Sporting, they were the club before Swente, but if it wasn't for Sporting, you know, if it wasn't for Manchester United and Alex Ferguson, he wouldn't have been the top player he was. Madrid wouldn't have been interested in him. And then he did great at Madrid. Then he went to Juventus, did well there. Back to United, not doing so well. So yeah, some players need more convincing. But as this comment said, we just don't want another Pogba at the club, and he's right as well. We don't want another Pogba. We've had enough of those, and we don't want any more. I mean, uh, Cristiano Ronaldo returned to Manchester United on Tuesday, but his mind's set on what he wants his next destination to be Atletico Madrid. Cristiano's favourite option is to return to Spain and put himself under the orders of Simeone. The options for Ronaldo, talks held with Sporting, but finances could be complex with Ruben Amorim has reservations about signing him. Atletico Madrid being linked with an approach despite the club's president calling the move practically impossible. That is from Laurie Whitwell. If he goes to Atletico Madrid, that'll be kind of. I don't would Real Madrid fans be happy with that? I mean, Real Madrid fans still look at him as they still love Ronaldo, even though he's not playing for them. It's like us United fans when Ronaldo left, we still loved him. But like that be like Ronaldo going to Man City in Atletico Madrid's eyes, you know? Oh, Real Madrid's eyes, sorry. I don't think Ronaldo would ever be toxic though. During the course of the season, he is a true professional. Yeah, he is, but he's at the moment he's kind of acting like a professional. I mean, he has kind of said that he still train at the club. He lay at the club in a professional manner. But it'd be nice to know where his plans with Manchester United are, because as I said, we don't want Cristiano Ronaldo. We don't want the player at the club that will ruin the players' morale, especially the new players coming in. We want everyone happy, manager happy, everyone happy, fans, players, everyone happy. And Ronaldo is in it. I mean, we all said that we would have liked Ronaldo to be next season's captain, and he still hasn't arrived at the club. He mightn't be at the first game against Brighton. So it's just, if he's not at the first game against Brighton, where does that leave us? I mean, I still personally think we have to sign another striker, even if Ronaldo stays. Martial's doing great, but as Tom said it actually the other day, one of the lads said it, let's hope it's not a purple patch for Martial where he has a good seat, he has a good kind of good form for such a long time, and then once the big games start coming in, well then he just goes off the. Like, at the moment, Martial firing on all cylinders, but we want him to continue. But if there's a stage where we're not, or where Martial just has a bad patch, bad form, Manchester United are in trouble, especially if Ronaldo doesn't stay. So another striker is definitely needed. But listen, he's always going to be a professional, but it'd be nice to know if he is a professional. It'd be nice to know if he's going to stay or not. That's the truth, anyways, in my opinion, anyways. Uh, George Mendes is working to establish exit routes for Cristiano Ronaldo from Old Trafford. Talks have been held with Sporting Lisbon, so he could be heading back to Sporting. I don't think he will go back to Sporting, though, to be honest with you. Uh, I think he'd still want. I mean, we've all said it before. We've all said it before that we don't think Ronaldo will just about go to Sporting. He'll still want to play for the big clubs. What's this? I think he made his mind up, and his agent will always chase some money on the club that will keep Ronaldo in the eyes of football world, especially with the clubs in the Champions League. So yeah, I think his mind's already made up. But it'd be nice if he came out and told us if he's staying or if he's going. But I mean, as I said, no player is ever bigger than the club. Doesn't matter who you are. But at the moment, Ronaldo just. I mean, I get he wants to have all the money, but I mean, we still have some top players at the club who probably would have preferred to be in the Champions League in the season coming, but they're staying. Like Sancho, Bruno, De Gea, maybe Rafael Varane, who I can't ever remember Rafael Varane playing in the Europa League. Well, he is going to be playing the Europa League soon enough, but it's just. I don't think money is a factor. He is filthy rich. Well, I suppose the money is the Champions League is where the bonuses are at. It's the truth. The Champions League is where the money's at, and I suppose it's where what the sponsorships are, all that stuff. And I don't know. He is rich, but I just don't get why he wants to have all that. Like I get, as I said, I get. I mean, we would all like to have the money Ronaldo has, but I mean, what Manchester United fans, how many Manchester United fans around the world would kill to play for Manchester United? I mean, I'd definitely love to play for them. So I just don't know what the what the story is. But listen, if he goes, he goes. If he stays, happy days. But I don't know. It just seems to want a bit more money, and I don't know what to take from that. To be brutally honest with you, but I mean, listen, if he goes, he goes. But there's not many. I mean, Atletico Madrid fans don't seem to want them. I mean, rightly so. I mean, he did play for Real Madrid, so that became like the derby there. And Ronaldo might have broke Atletico Madrid's hearts a few times, but he's so far, according to reports, he'd like to go to Atletico Madrid or Sporting. So, it's always about winning trophies for CR7. United are a building club, so there's a contradiction. Yeah, I mean, could win trophies next season? Who knows? Fingers crossed. But I mean, I get Ronaldo. He's a serial winner. He loves trophies. Ronaldo does like. I mean, we all like to win trophies. We all like our team to do well, but it'd be a while before Manchester United are that team where they're like Liverpool or Man City, where they're literally winning every trophy that's up for grabs. So, it is the limelight. All footballers like Ronaldo and Messi cannot survive without being noticed in the limelight. I would like him to stay, but I think he'll stay. I mean, Messi likes his money, also likes Champions League football, and same for Ronaldo. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get you want the money, I get you want the fame, I get you want all the sponsorships, I get Champions League football is where the money's at, but you're not gonna, fortunately, you don't get what you wish for sometimes. But Ronaldo just has to be careful of Ronaldo has to be careful, what he wishes for. So So it's just a moment of time. Yeah, I agree with this one as well. Another comment I agree with. I think we should just move on and prepare for life without him. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think that's what we're doing. I really think that's what we're doing. If you sign another striker, I think we know what the story is there. But I definitely think we should move on and prepare life without him. It's the best. I mean, Liverpool didn't expect Salah to stay. Didn't expect him to get the contract. Liverpool, in fairness, did well without him. Not saying, I mean, fairness to Salah, I wouldn't say in fairness because I don't really like because he plays for Liverpool, but you know, they they still looked at a few players if Salah left, and we should look at another striker or two. Yeah, someone else agrees with you, Rahul. It's good to see. Yeah, another one I agree with. Definitely get replaced when we move on. Yeah, and the thing is, the question is now, who do we get if Ronaldo does leave? Because we need another striker. A striker and a defensive midfielder. Maybe a winger. And then we're happy out. Ben. I mean, he's decent, but he's not. Benjamin Sesko. Yeah, I know you're on about. For me, he doesn't. No, I don't. Yeah, I actually, you know what? I do agree with you on that one. He's not the solution. To be honest with you, I didn't know who he was until yesterday. So I honestly I didn't know who he was. So yeah, I no good. He'd be a good tour choice, but at the moment he's not a good second choice, or if you want to, fourth choice. You know, so it just seems to be the life. But yeah, Benjamin Sesko, I wouldn't be interested in him to be fair. But yeah, right, we'll move on to Antony now. Uh, Another player who we don't seem to get. Sasa Kaladze. Yeah, he's what 6'6", 6'7" or something like that. He would be as decent. He's too young though. I think we should go for someone else. Not a big player, but someone that it's a player that you look at and say, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna do the business. Or do some sort of business anyways. So now we have Antony. Another player who we don't seem to be getting because he's too much. Manchester United have no interest in signing Antony from Ajax for the price set by the Eredivisie side. So supposedly Ajax want around 80, 90 or £100 million from him. Bit much for a player that's only 21, 22. I mean, we all slag Liverpool for overpaying for Darren Nunez, and we don't want Liverpool to slag us back. I don't think Antony's worth that much, anyways. I just don't think Antony is worth around the price tag that Ajax have set him for. And that could be crap news, fingers crossed, but it's coming from Sky Sports. I mean, Rahul says Antony will be a United player, I feel. I mean, I hope he is a United player. I really, really do, but I just think that price tag that can kind of that can put a downer on the deal. And we don't want it to be a downer on the deal because we want to sign it. Like, I'd love Antony at Manchester United. I really, really would. I mean, ever since I've watched him play for Ajax, not all the time, but I have watched, and he is a decent player. I think Antony would love to come to Manchester United, but I just think that Ajax are just being too sour, or not too sour, but too smart over the deal. Because Antony would come to United in a heartbeat because of Ten Hag. I mean, are Ajax doing that because we already took Lissandro Martinez off them? So already kind of like, right, you took one player off us. If you're going to take another player off us, we want more money for him than expected to replace. I mean, who's out there that Ajax could replace Antony with? Yeah, exactly, Rahul. Just about to say that the price can come down if a player pushes for the move. Yeah, I mean, I think he would push for the move. I mean, if he had talks with United or Eric Ten Hag or some sort of agreement, you could imagine so. I I mean, I'd love it. I would like Antony at Manchester United. If just that price, far can I get it down? We haven't really sold that many players, and the players we have sold were free agents. I can't think of anyone else we sold for money. No, we haven't sold anyone for money. So it's basically all just it's like a matter of time. For like I would like him. I think a lot of United fans would like him. To be fair, I'd like him 100%. Not sure about everyone else, but I mean he definitely would be a good replacement. I mean with Greenwood, who hopefully will never play for Manchester United again, he'd be a good replacement. I mean what we have, Sancho who mostly plays on the left, Alanga who's a right winger, decent but still has a lot to improve on, and Antony could be fit into that right wing position very, very nicely, and very nicely, definitely. But listen, I hope we do get him. I just hope it's not like the De Jong deal. Uh, Imagine if we had the Henderson money. Yeah. And if you sold Dean Henderson, we could be looking at Antony. We could be looking at his. We could have, if we did sell Dean Henderson, we could have either had De Jong now or Antony. And to be honest with you, at the moment, Antony, I just want my United to sign players that want to come to the club. I don't want just to force players. I mean, I don't think Pogba wanted to return. I can't think of anyone else we signed. I know we signed Ronaldo. He doesn't seem too happy, but we know about that. So listen, I would definitely like Antony over De Jong, because De Jong just doesn't want to come to the club. He'd only come to United because it's, they'd give him what he wants. Typical money. Players these days just love the money. Players back then, back a long time, didn't care about the money because they love football and they kind of thrive. I can't believe Boy is valued at 10 million. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether. I mean, are you happy with that? You're not happy? Do you reckon he's worth more than that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that injury problem with Boy, though, to be fair, is a bit too much as well. And I mean, he's decent, but I wouldn't be looking at 20 million for him either. I mean, I thought about 5 million would be the reasonable price for him, but doesn't seem to be. To be honest with you, I mean, as much as we say, boys, this and that, blah blah blah, I would still prefer him over Harry Maguire. We've seen what he said in the pre-season. He can be if Eric Boy wasn't such injury prone, same for Rafael Varane, they will be top players for Manchester United. It's just we have too many injury prone players. Oh, should be worth at least 25 to 30, maybe more, in my opinion. I mean, probably some people would say it's a bit too much. Some people would agree. I mean, around 15 to 20 would be a reason. They just look at injury prone and his injuries and all that stuff. So, I mean, you never know. That could be 10 million. Then if you include add-ons into that, you could be looking at around that anyways, Rahul. Yeah, I wouldn't like to sell him personally. That's being 100%. That's being brutally honest with you. I just couldn't. I couldn't. I wouldn't like to see Boy live, but yeah. Right now, Frankie De Jong. Jesus, Frankie. The situation on Frankie De Jong of Barcelona will be resolved in the coming days. Manchester United and Chelsea are in pole position, but Bayern can't be ruled out. Frankie De Jong's agent, Ali Dorson, is completely opposed to his clients taking a pay cut at Barcelona. Dorson considers that a kind of extortion is being carried out. Rahul, what would Wan-Bissaka be worth? I don't know. I mean, if you're counting form wise, I'd say about 30, 35 mil, but I think we signed him for like 60 million more, maybe. I'm not too sure. But we signed him for a good bit of money, anyways. But I don't know. To be fair, I don't know how much he'd be worth. Roughly, I'd say about 30 to 35, maybe 40 million. You know, like he's not the best player for United, but he can be decent. We've seen it at Crystal Palace, and we've seen it in his early years at United. Uh, Rahil says Frankie isn't coming. I don't think, at least for now. Yeah, I don't think he'll come. To be honest with you as well, I don't want him at this stage. That's personally, I just don't want the player. I don't want another Pogba at the club. That's basically what I don't want. Andy Minna said, this came out a few hours ago, I've not been given any evidence that Frankie Young wants to join Manchester United. Players happy at Barca, but I think the club wants to cash in. It's a really undefined and complex situation. I still think he'll probably move. This is from Andy Mitten. Not sure how reliable he is, but he has said that. I mean, thing is, Andy Mitten thinks he could move, but if you had to sit down and talk to, the likes of De Jong himself, I don't know what they'd say about it. I think we have to take Frankie purely for Ten. Yeah, Ten Hag is really fighting to get Frankie De Jong, but I just don't think we should. I don't think we should. I think we should leave De Jong where he is for now, even for now. Anyways, go back to him in January. Or go far in. I mean, I would have liked Calvin Phillips gone to City. Like, De Jong would be a brilliant signing. It's just he doesn't want to come to us. I mean, I thought we agreed a deal with him when we signed Malacia. That day, I thought was going to be the best day for United. Transfer was because we signed Malacia. We agreed a deal for De Jong, and we still haven't signed Frankie De Jong. We've signed 3 players since then. Malacia, Ericsson, Lisandro Martinez, hopefully more. I mean, Antony maybe could be an extra man we could throw in there, But if you're still here watching the video, watching the stream, and you're new, please hit that subscribe button. Really, really appreciate it. We're on 403, so we'd like to reach 450 soon enough and share around to friends, family, all that good stuff. Ten Hag had 3 priorities: Darren Nunez, Frankie De Jong, and Julian Timber. None delivered. No, none have delivered. The Timber didn't call him because he wanted more game time. He didn't think he'd get game time on Manchester United, which I don't know why you would think that. I think Lou Van Gaal talked to him, and then he didn't come. I'm surprised Malacia even came to us because he's Dutch as well. Lisandro Martinez, luckily enough, is Argentinian, so he's good. He's, much as he's 5'9", he is a top class defender. Not being biased, not being overhyped, nothing like that. He is a decent defender. So yeah, I mean, same for Ralph Rangnick as well. He wanted Luis Diaz. He wanted Diaz. I know he wanted Diaz. He actually came out and said it himself near to the end of the season. Diaz. He wanted Diaz. He wanted a good few players, and the Glazers just didn't deliver for him. And now we're stuck with the same strikers since Ralph Rangnick took over. I mean, we haven't signed any strikers, any wingers or attackers since Ralph Rangnick took over. Do you mean we signed Sancho and Ronaldo last summer, and now we're still looking at those a year later. I don't blame United for Darren and Timber. I agree, but De Jong is pure execution. Yeah. De Jong is just, it's a sign that most Manchester United fans don't really want, and I don't blame them. I don't want them anymore. Don't get me wrong, he'd be such a decent player to have. It'd be a big improvement in the midfield, but I just don't think Manchester United have what he wants, which is a bit of a shame all the same. But Manchester United just don't have what he wants. But listen, who knows? Who knows? The deal could happen, but the deal could really, really happen. But I don't know. He'd be definitely an unhappy child if he goes. Anyways, he definitely have a face on him probably because he's just like, I'm here smiling for the fans. I mean, we just don't want another Pogba at the club. That's brilliant. Like, look at Pogba. Before he came to United the second time, so good for Juventus, such a good player. We signed him, brutal player. De Jong, great player for Barcelona. We could sign him, brutal player. I mean, to be honest with you, the players we signed in Malacia, Lissandro Martinez and Ericsson, we look at like they're decent players, but the thing is about those players, you just know they will continue that and they will give it all. That's in my opinion, anyways. Tielemans is such a class player. I can't believe we're missing him. I mean, yeah, I mean he is decent. He has a year left on his contract, probably worth about £20 million now or something like that, anyways. Because his contract is getting there to an end, so he won't be worth as much. Uh, but listen, I would like fans would like Tielemans, and I would like him. I like Tielemans. He's definitely a brilliant player for Leicester. Top player for Leicester. But listen, it's just I don't know. I mean, I think he'll stay at Leicester definitely for another season. But if he is a free agent next summer, if I was Manchester United, I would go and buy him straight away because it'd be stupid to see him go to like a City or Liverpool or Chelsea or an Arsenal. Because especially likes of Arsenal, they'd be looking to strengthen their midfield. They'd easy snatch for him. Liverpool as well with Milner, who probably could leave, so that'd be a nice little replacement. Uh, you just don't want Manchester United to lose out. I mean, if you look at Barcelona or the free agents that were defensive midfielders, you had Denzel Dumfries, not Denzel Dumfries, Zakaria, who would have been a free agent. He's gone to Juventus. Uh, Kessie, who's gone to Barcelona. There was another one or two free agent one or two midfielders that would have been a free agent, and we didn't get them. So we were just stupid. I hope Dumfries doesn't come, but if Ten Hag wants him, then I'm on board. I mean, I would like Denzel Dumfries, to be honest with you, Rahul. I think he'd be a decent replacement. I mean, if Amasaka lives, you know, I hope he sell Amasaka for a lot of money. Just like probably a rip. I mean, if we sell Amasaka for around 50 to 60 million, that's robbery. We've got to rob him the other team. That's if he does leave. He probably won't. But if we do sell him, 50, 60 million in the bag, and then we move on to sign Denzel Dumfries, Antony, whoever. But Denzel Dumfries will be. I mean, who else is there out there? Lamptey. Height. I mean, we can also people are like, but Lissandro Martinez is 5'9". I just don't think so. I don't think we should go for Lamptey. Denzel Dumfries will be a player I'd like, but I haven't seen much of him to be like. If we don't get him, we don't get him. If we do get him, happy days. But I haven't looked at a lot of him to be convinced that he'd be a top player for the club. I would like him. I mean, I'd like a lot of players like United, but that's not saying that I'd like to sign him. But I just don't know. But yeah, so speaking of maybe players, Manchester United have held talks over Benjamin Sesko, but transfer is complicated because Salzburg do not want to sell. Additionally, the Red Bull model often sees players move between their clubs, such as RB Leipzig, if stance changes. A lot of fans don't want to. I think he scored against Liverpool yesterday, and we all thought get him in because if Manchester United want you and you score against Liverpool, we want you. It's simple as. But at the moment, I don't think we will get him, and I wouldn't be too bothered if we don't get him as well. Watford have opened talks with Manchester United over Ethan Laird with a season-long loan being discussed. I mean, Laird hasn't played much games in the pre-season. He's either came on as a sub or played half an hour. Decent, but I don't think he'll ever be a good player for United anytime soon anyway. So not much to talk about him. It'd be good to see him go on loan to Watford. I mean, I think he went on loan to, was it Bournemouth last season or Birmingham, one of those two anyways. Yeah, Hill, the Red Bull model is not good in the sense of transfers. No, it's just I don't know. I think he's highly overrated in Salzburg's eyes, anyways. So I don't care if we don't get him, to be brutally honest. And more news about Eric Boy. It is understood that the reigning Serie A champions AC Milan are interested in Eric Boy, with Jose Mourinho's Roma also keeping tabs. Says Solari Whitwell. You know, I mean, personally, I think Eric Boy deserves more game time next season in the Premier League. He's doing well in pre-season. Not sure if Ten Hag wants more from him, or he doesn't see anything good in him, or he does see good in him. I don't know. But Eric Boy, I mean, we've all said it. A lot of people I've talked to said it. They would like to see Eric Boy definitely be in that starting, not the starting level, but definitely replace either Maguire or Lindelof next season. But then with Alessandro Martinez coming in, but we only see in about 5 minutes of go Harry Maguire, and then we all think he's the best player in the world. But no, Harry Maguire should go. Like keep Lindelof and Boy. But yeah, Hill, speaking of yours, why don't we sell Lindelof and keep Boy? I mean, Lindelof's decent, don't get me wrong, decent defender. But he won't ever be a top class defender. Will he ever win Man United trophies? No, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. We look at Liverpool and really have decent defenders who can win the trophies. City, you know, Real Madrid have decent defenders, and that's why they're doing so well. So yeah, I would sell Lindelof. Personally, I would definitely sell Lindelof, but I'd want another defender if we do sell Lindelof. Just because Boy is so injury prone, and so is Rafael Varane as well. I mean, there's a lot of defenders like Def. I would have liked Dele from Juventus, but he's gone to Bayern, so we missed out again. So yeah, that's just it's mad stuff to think that there's a lot of players out there we could have easily ran in for, but we haven't. So yeah, that's the matter of it, and it'll be definitely an interesting transfer window. Just like what to be a month left soon. So like what there's 3 days, 4 days left of this month in July. 3 days left, and then the 1st of August then is on Monday. So there'll be a month left in the transfer window, and then hopefully we sign one or two, three players then. But I don't think so. Oh, I don't. I do think we will sign players, but in a way, I don't think we will because who else is Ten Hag after that we can get in a few days? Antony will take time if you get him, and Dion, I don't think we'll get him. Would you take the pie? No. I mean, we all talked about it the other day. We wouldn't really be interested in the pie. I mean, he played for us before. He's shown that he's not Premier League proven, and even with Barcelona, he's still not Premier League. He's still not doing well for Barcelona. He's doing well, but he's not a player I'd prefer anyway. So I probably prefer to get Victor Osimhen that plays for Napoli rather than uh, Memphis Depay. I mean, I would definitely. I know he's 32, 33, Lewandowski. I prefer Lewandowski over Memphis Depay, and that's saying something anyways. Uh, but alright, so let me just do something here now. By the way, we have a fantasy FPL kind of little fan thing going. If you do want the code to it, DM the group and we will DM our Instagram. It's the United Way One or Twitter or email us and we'll sort you out there. A lot of people in it, about 60 around more than around 60 people in it. So yeah, make sure to definitely sort that out anyways. Isn't all yeah, I'm not sure how much he's worth, but I listen, as I said, I like a lot of players, but I don't think we'll get them. I mean, there's not many that good strikers out there that I'd like. There's not many out there. Everyone said it. All you the lads have said it. There's not many good strikers out there that would definitely that would be top players. I mean, I'm not saying he's top, but Liverpool kind of got the best, the last one. City got the best one. But yeah. So tomorrow, because we play Atletico Madrid on Saturday. No, yes, Saturday. So there'll be a preview for that tomorrow live. So and then on Saturday we'll have the preview for Sunday's game. So and then the watch alongs will be back next Sunday, hopefully. Anyways, what's this? Do you think Ten Hag has a little narrow approach in terms of transfers? I mean, he definitely looks at players like he's not like Solskjaer where okay he's a top player, let's go for him. He can be patient in a way as well. You know what I mean? He can be patient in ways like would have Solskjaer ever wanted Lisandro Martinez? No. Malacia, no. Ericsson, maybe, because he was a free agent. No offense to Solskjaer, but I think Solskjaer, he was a manager that kind of went for big players. And if you're going to with a rebuild, you kind of have to be careful in your approach of transfers, anyways, because if you don't, you could go in, sign a flop. I mean, Chelsea did it last season. They thought, let's sign a big player. Lukaku, where is he? Going back to, I think it's Inter Milan on loan for a season or so. So yeah, you have to be careful of who you get. But he has every right to be careful of who he signs. So that's one thing, anyways. Well, I don't blame him. I just hope the players he is planning on signing just be careful, anyways, of who you sign. But yeah, that's been a news show. I tried to have it earlier on, but as you do, busy out. Everybody, if you're still here, like the video, comment what you thought of it, and hit that subscribe button as well. Tomorrow we'll be live for the Manchester United versus Atletico Madrid preview. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments, and follow all our socials as well. And if you want the FPL, which is the Fantasy Premier League, kind of the code to get into the little group we have, text DM on us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or email us, and we'll sort you out there. Yeah, right, Hill. Thanks very much. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll speak to you all.